Good morning, you beautiful, beautiful people. How are you today? I'm Joanna Hall. Welcome to Wednesday's Morning Instant Body Booster. How are you today? Instant Body Booster is just 15 minutes of posture enhancing, simple stretch mobility exercises just to help us start our day a bit better. Connect us positively with our body so that we feel that we really are moving better and feeling better, really. That's the whole purpose behind it. And this week we're having a special focus on hips. So today I'm teaching Focus on Hips Part 2. So the hips are really important because actually we want to have good range of motion in this whole part of our body because it will help with tracking from our knees. It's going to help safeguard our knees. It will also help and safeguard and look after back care, and importantly from kind of a cosmetic and functional perspective, if we open up the hip area, the lower abdominal area can work as well. If we're tight in here, this area can become really dormant, and that's another sort of tricky area for us to think about in terms of our body alignment. So as you come on in, have a little cup of coffee, because if you're watching this in real time, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I always like to come live a little bit early to say hello, have a coffee with you, my lovely community. So how are you doing? Who have we got in the house today? So we have Georgia, lovely girly, mwah, mwah, mwah. That's my niece actually, sorry about that. Wendy, good morning. Elizabeth, hello. Roz, hello. Lucia, how are you doing? I know you're in Luxembourg, so I hope all's good with you. Julie, good morning. Anne, hello. June. Philippa Hayward, hello, lovely girl. Nice to see you here. How are you? So I hope you are all really well. Wherever you're in the world, you are very, very welcome. Just to say quickly before we get going, Wednesday is also our WalkActive Wednesday. So if you are anything like me, passionate about WalkActive, it's a midweek challenge I lay down. So you can choose to do 1K, 3K or 5K, your choice, virtual distance challenge. You can just, obviously great to be outside walking, fantastic for your physical and mental well-being, and when you apply my scientifically proven WalkActive technique, it can really improve your posture and reduce joint strain and increase your walking speed by up to 24%. So that's our virtual challenge. So on my timeline you can just post where you go. It's really nice to see where you do this in the world. And also my totally free 10-day to get started program with WalkActive. The next one begins on June the 12th. So if you'd like to enroll in that totally free 10-day program to help you learn the WalkActive technique so you're going to look better and feel better and perform better, it's totally free. Just click visit group on my Facebook page on the top there, and you will be involved. All right, so my lovely people, let me show what we've got involved today. Good morning Angelique, good morning Josie, how nice to see you. Good morning Susan, good morning Paul, Stolper clan up and down the country, hello. Hello Louise, hello Monica, thank you so much for coming. So today, mat this way lovely people, if that's okay. A chair is useful. You might want it for a bit of extra balance or just to help with some variations or some exercises, and also a little towel if you want to give a little bit of extra cushioning if your knees are a bit sensitive. Okay, so if you are ready, I'm ready for you. Should we get going? Okay, so let's slip that off. Let's start in a standing position today. So we're building on this theme of focus on hips. So thinking about our posture to begin with, also really good to just check in with where we are, whatever time of day. This is really beneficial for your body. So spread your toes on the mat, probably be about hip distance apart. So that means thumb width and little finger width. That's a good reference point for hip distance apart. So that helps your tracking straight away. So from your feet all the way up to your knees, check that they're aligned here, coming up to your hips, and just start to gather. So you create some space between your pubic bone and your sternum, a little bit of space between the earlobes and shoulders, and then just take the arms right above the head. And just take a moment just to gather a little bit of extra length in the body. And when you feel that you've got that point of stillness, take a big deep breath in. And then breathe out and just let the arms come down. Breathe in and stretch tall again. Let's just do a couple more of those. So stretch tall at the top, breathe out, and then breathe in, gather that energy, stretch tall. Really feel the space in your ankle joints, your knee joints. One more time, breathe out, gather the energy, really feel how tall you are in this world today, lovely people. And then just check where you are with those little points of reference again. So have you got space in your ankle joints, space in the knee joints, space in the hips, space between the earlobes and shoulders, and all the way up. Take a moment to breathe in, and then spread the arms really, really wide. So you appreciate the width that your body can stretch and achieve today as well. Good, come down. So from here, let's begin. Take the arms up, take hold of one wrist, gather a little bit more length through the body, check that you've got these distant points here, and then you're just going to ease over to one side. So at this moment in this stretch, I have my ankle, my knee and my hip in alignment. I've got a stretch probably a little bit more through the arm, maybe over the waistline, but feel how you gathered it from your foot. Stretch into that middle finger on top and gather the height. Reassess your posture points at the beginning and then go to the other side. So gather and pre-lengthen before we reach over. So the benefit of that is it helps the correct alignment, helps the symmetry of your body, and again allows you to think of the alignment from your ankle, your knee and your hip. And sometimes it's not what we do, but it's how we do it. So be proud of your body. Stretch into those fingertips, come to the top and spin them nice and wide. Good job. Now, gather the energy from the earth. From here, at the top, you're just going to cross your hands and just rest them on your shoulders. Make a note of which hand is closest to your shoulders to begin with. Now, from here, slight bend of the knees and just tuck the tailbone under. So I'll just show you from the side. So I've got a slight bend of the knees. I've really scooped my belly in, but I've got real tuck under that lower spine. Bring the chin to your chest and then let the elbows come down a little bit towards your belly button. And then ease those elbows towards one knee. So this is a really nice upper back shoulder reliever. Breathe in, breathe out, come back to the centre and then just go to the other side. So you just feel that you might be a little bit more restricted on one side. Keep drawing in the abdominals, lengthen that tailbone, breathe in, breathe out. Come back to the centre and then you're going to stretch the arms up. Stretch, 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 nice and tall. Breathe in. Good job. Now from here you're going to change the hands. So you've got a different hand on top, okay? I always have to think about that. So this is probably more for my benefit than yours. So from here, bend those knees and we're going to repeat on the other side. Tuck that tailbone under, so really think about that. You're still beautifully erect with your upper body. Then your chin comes to your chest. So the sequencing of this is actually quite important. And then the elbows come down a little bit, down towards your belly button, wherever you think. And then just point them a little bit towards one knee. Feel a bit of stretch, maybe in the middle back, maybe in the upper shoulders. Really beneficial if you're spending time at your desk. And then just bring the elbows towards the other knee. Good job. Breathe in and breathe out. Everything nice and smooth. And then unfold. Stretch up with those arms, up, up, up. And then extend up. Good job. So it's really lovely to open up that middle back. Now just walk through the feet, so you just get a little bit of articulation through the feet. When you start to move the feet and get more mobility in all of the joints of the feet and also in the ankles, that can allow you to open up the hips when you walk better as well. So the whole body is really clever how it works together. So from here, let's move on a bit. Take one foot back. So a little bit of a wider stance here, not too wide, and then just come up onto that toe. So you're at that junction between the pad of the foot and the toes, or whatever feels comfortable for you. Push the hip forward and think of it from the knee and the hip as one alignment. So your posture is good, distance between pubic bone and sternum, and then with your arms, you're just going to take the arms above your head and then ease down. So you may find you've got mobility here in the foot, but where I'm really hoping that you'll feel a little bit of stretch is here on the hip flexor. So if you don't feel it, you may need to take the foot a little bit further back. Let's just do one more here. Breathe in and breathe out. Good job. Bring the feet together, just walk through them again, and we're going to repeat on the other side. So take the foot back to a position where you start to feel a little bit of opening of this hip. Tilt the tailbone under, push forward from the knee and the hip as one alignment. So you've got the distance between here and here, real sort of focus and discipline on your posture, and then gather with the arms up. So reach up and then breathe out. So we're just starting to get a little bit of connection right through the whole body, opening up that hip. Good, one more. Breathe in, hold it here, and then come back. Step in, walk through the feet. Now, we're going to change it slightly. If you want to have a chair here for extra stability, you can. This time, take the foot back, but have the toes down. Push the knee forward again, so adjust it to what feels comfortable for you. So you feel a little bit of an opening here. Lift up through the body. So there's no weight really on that foot, so you might just want to use a chair for some balance. Opening up here, stretching the foot, and repeat. So we lift up, and we come down. And as the arms come up, you may feel that increases the stretch a little bit on that hip flexor. Remember, we want the distance between the pubic bone and sternum. Last one, breathe in, and bring the hands back. Step in, walk through the feet again, and we'll do the other side. So take that foot back, ease, so the toes are down. If that feels uncomfortable for you, you can still come back to this position, but it's actually quite good to stretch the front of the foot. From here we go, reach up, and come back. And remember, the further we take that foot back, the more we'll feel a bit of an opening of the hips. One more, and come down. Come through, walk through the feet, okay? So coming forward to the front of your mat, how we're doing, people, all right? We're going to take the arms right above the head, big stretch, really feel how tall we are today. And we'll do our little roll down prep. So what that means is we're going to bend the knees a little bit, and then we've got that lovely tilting in the lower part of the spine. Have discipline with how we energize up through the body. And then from here, the hands are going to drift past the face, chin comes to my chest, and I'm going to take it to a nice, steady, easy roll down. So this is the first one. Generous bend the knees, just nod the head at the bottom, weighting the heel pad as well as the ball of the foot. Check that tracking with your hip distance apart. And then heavy in the tailbone, just roll all the way up. So really mobilising the spine. Deep breath in, deep breath. I'm going to repeat that. So bend the knees, tuck the tailbone under, let the hands drift past the chin, chin comes down, gradually rolling down. So we're just opening up that whole posterior chain of the body. Lift up through the backs of the legs if you can, so just get a bit of an opening. Breathe in and breathe out. Bend the knees, and then we're going to come up again nice and slowly. Take your time. This is your body, your wake up, you're mobilising. See how you feel, okay? So this time we're going to do the same thing. Here's my bend, here's my tuck under. Try if you can to really have a focus on how you set this up, because it will improve the more we come back to that. So this time, nice generous bend of the knee, and we're actually going to stay down here, okay? So check your alignment, and when you feel comfortable, we're going to step back with one foot. And this is where you might want to make sure that you've got your chair for a bit of extra stability. And if you want, you could put an extra blanket here or towel under this knee for a bit of support, whatever feels comfortable for you. Now your positioning is up to you, because from here I've got my tracking and I want to push this hip forward. So you've got two options with the feet. If you want to increase the mobility of the foot, press that heel pad back and have the toes tucked under, or you can actually just have the foot flat. Push the hip forward so you feel a bit of a stretch of the hip flexor. The closer the knee is, the more comfortable you may find that it's on hip flexors. So we all have our own range of mobility, so listen to yourself. From here, check that midline of that kneecap. It should be over your second toe. That's good tracking. And we're going to just gather the energy up. So just breathe in and breathe out, nice and smooth. And again, breathe in, nice and smooth. And we're going to do one more here. How are we doing? We all right? Opening up that hip flexor, and just here, just hold it here a second, people, and note that you're on a slight diagonal alignment here, so it's maintaining good alignment through the spine. And from here we can bring the hands down towards the floor. So if you want to have one hand here on the chair, please do. The hands can be here on the floor, and you're just going to start to straighten the front leg. Now, depending on how much mobility of your hamstrings, you may get to the point and go, ooh, okay, hello, hamstrings. So imagine you've got a piece of string here on your tailbone, and you're just going to flex the foot up, and imagine that piece of string on your bum is lifting you up, and you're just going to flex the toes down. So think about almost, I quite like the analogy of having lights on your butt cheeks and you're illuminating the sky behind you as well, okay? Just putting mobility in the foot here at the front, and also just feeling a bit of a stretch down here and going into the hips. Now, if that feels okay, from here, come forward, put the foot down, and you can either leave your hands here or come up onto a chair. And if you want to progress it, you can tuck the toes under and lift up. And just hold that. So a couple of options there, depending on what feels comfortable for you. Just ease into this. So this is a runner's lunge. Just see how that feels, okay? Or you can keep the knee down. From here, people, we're going to take the foot down, bring it back, and this leg is going to come back to join that one. So here I go. You can take the blanket away if you want. Just stretch back down the body. Breathe in and breathe out. Good job. And then from here, paint the hands down. Come up through the body, take the arms up so you reassess that lovely length through the body. This leg is going to come forward, so you can put a towel underneath here. Reach where you go, think where it is, lift up, and we're going to put that foot there. Okay, so we come back into stretching that hip flexor on this side. Check your setup again, midline, second toe, and just gather the energy in. So breathe in and breathe out. So everything should be nice and smooth. You may well be feeling some ooze, but nothing should be an ow. So you just maybe being curious, finding how the body feels. And then from the last one, just hold it here, reassess, think slight alignment, distance from the pubic bone and sternum, just as we set up at the beginning. And then bring the hands back onto the chair if that feels comfortable, or you can take them to the floor depending on how you're feeling today, and just start to straighten this leg. So you want to be feeling, if you can, a bit of a stretch here in what's called the belly of the hamstrings, but depending on where you feel tight, you may feel it more behind the knee, you may feel a little bit more here on the hip, but think about that tailbone being up here. Toes are down, and then just flex the ankle up. So put a bit of mobility into the foot, toes are down, and then they come up. So we're enhancing the mobility of the foot, that's good, and come back. Last one, and then from here, come forward. Now your choice just to hold it. If you want to stay here, you can. Hands a bit higher, a bit easier, or you can progress it, tuck the toes under and just hold it in that runner's lunge. Just ease into it. Everything nice and easy. Just being respectful to the body, respectful to you. Breathe in. Good job. Now, from here, that knee's going to come down. You're going to bring this foot behind it, and you've got a couple of choices. You can stay here in this position, stretch forward here, or if you'd like to actually progress it, come up, tuck your toes underneath you, and you can either hold it in a knee hover, tucking tailbone under, or if you want to progress it more, you can just hold it and push it back to a downward dog. So we're going to do 3 breaths in a choice of your position. So you can be in downward dog, you can be in a knee hover, or you can actually just be here resting back. So choose what feels comfortable for you. Lift up through the hips if you're in a downward dog, breathe in. And breathe out. Feel how you're opening up the hips at the back. Last one, breathe in and breathe out. Good job, lovely people. Now, if you're in a downward dog, tuck the tailbone under, bend the knees, and you're going to slowly, everybody come and join me, walking your feet in towards your hands. So you're in a forward hanging bend, okay? Just nod yes, nod no, nice and gently, heavy in that tailbone, and just reassess where you are so you've got that hip distance apart between your feet and your knees and your hips, so you're maintaining this respectful tracking through your body. Tuck your tailbone under, slowly and gently roll up, ease up nice and tall, and then from here start to unfold and just lift and see where you are in this world today. Hello, how you doing? Okay, nice and smooth. So last little bit of a stretch, wriggle those toes was holding the body up nice and tall, wriggle your fingers, take the arms out nice and wide. Good job. And then from that position, just think about how you feel, just loosen off your body a bit, roll your shoulders. So we've done lots of mobility into this open area here. Fantastic if you're spending time at your desk, or if you're actually going to go out to your WalkActive, so you can really expand your body. So most important here, we're going to hug in the love, take the breath in. This is our last little bit here, lovely people. Breathe in, take the arms out nice and wide, and from here we're going to gather in. So really gather the energy, wrap it around your body wherever you feel comfortable, and give yourself a good squishy squish. So feel yourself, press your hug in, let the chin come down so you get a little back stretch, let the corners of your mouth rise up, check the distance between the pubic bone and sternum, breathe in and breathe out, and then just unfold, so create symmetry in the body. Feel the width here, gather the energy in again, and we change which hand is on top. Thank you so much for your energy today, people. I've really enjoyed teaching you. I hope you have a good time. Leave me a comment below, let me know how you feel. Bend the knees a little bit, tuck that tailbone under, and just let the chin come down, really squish in, hold in that love. Think a nice positive thought, and the most important thing is we're going to send our love around the world. So if you're ready to join me, people, let's send it out. I think the world needs lots of it right now. Okay, are we ready? After the count of 3, breathe it in. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Sending our love around the world. Thank you so much for joining me, lovely people. This was Focus on Hips Part 2. I'll be back next live teaching with you on Friday on my Facebook page, as well as on my live stream on my YouTube channel, Joanna WalkActive. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know how you get on. Did you like that? How are you feeling? So each week we have a particular theme, and I'd love to hear from you if there's any particular areas that you would like me to work on, and we can progress it so you really have a sense of achievement and well-being with your weeks. Thank you so much, my lovely community. Take care. Have a great day. And most of all, enjoy your WalkActive, and I will be back with you live on Friday.